Hey, it's Soul, and I invite you to join me and check out housing creations from World of Warcraft players far and wide. This series is a celebration of creativity. It's a place where you can share your home, your bar or cafe, a work of art, your slice of the World of Warcraft. These tours are done over live stream where the audience joins me to explore, appreciate, and have a few laughs. Enjoy the tours, and if you'd like to share your creations, fill out the form in the video description, and we'll see you around Azeroth. All right, so here we are at Strike's place. Right, another fenced-off area, a couple of narrow places with which to take down the zombie horde. Oh, they made it really subtle, you know, because they're using like the browner colors here to make a more natural spot, and I like how this ends up filling out. Okay, so here's what's going on with this here. So we have what looks like a basic stove, but the way that it's clipped, you have your bar table, you have what looks like an end table, or like one of those standing tables that's tilted and fused in to create this sort of stove vibe that doesn't clip too funny. It's kind of funny, like how you can take like something that seems simple, but then you have to like piece in a bunch of little things to make it work and make it into a convincing thing. Notice the extensions that come out. You know, it's just one that's being put out. No, there's two. So it's here to like widen the space. They didn't add anything to it. Although, now that I look at it, check it out. We have the insignia, the dragon. I believe this is something that's meant to, for the most part, be a floor. But I like how this thing ends up sitting. Yeah, I didn't realize it had this kind of like hexagonal shape to it. All right, so as soon as we walk into Strike's place, stuff to hang, usual stuff, and we go into this pretty large room. And it's being like cordoned off into like other separate, pool table. Yeah, okay, so yeah, really, really big space. But let's take a look at the different set pieces that we have here. So first off, we have this kitchen area, more food, and dining space here as well. We have, I like this. We have like big shelves. Oh, they're all, okay, these cupboards are nice and filled out. Actually, these are just a lot. So like this section alone, you have like, you know, different shelves that are put in here to create this space. We'll close them up for now. Actually, I want to look at this a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, so little empty containers. Oh, that's good. That's a good bit of detail. And then up top here, you have handles. Yeah, so these are, this looks as if they're like closed cupboards, but those, I believe, I'm pretty sure these are little candle guys. Little candles. And we have this minimalist fridge. Again, we've seen this style done before a couple times where they just took like a big old block, or I'm sorry, a beam, shoved it in, put a handle, called it a day. Caldroid tables fused in. With the tailoring stuff overhead. Okay, let's look at this thing. There's wow, there's a lot that's going on with this piece. So, you know, we have a wall back there, and then down here we have we have these upside down chandelier lights. I'm pretty sure that's really good. I would not have thought of that. So here, check it out. So, I'm not entirely sure what these little things that are sticking out here, but there's like tiny barrels that are put into the side for the knobs. This, I'm pretty sure, again, chandelier stuff. Boop. Those are the terms. Boop. You know, to go in. More barrels, it looks like, to round out the rest of the grill. And that's on top of just a white platform. So that's why it looks really bright. that's why it looks like almost white. That's really good. Yeah, and we got food cooking too. There's a freaking Pandaren grill thing that's down there. That was just flipped over side, sunk down to make that. So you can kind of see here. It's hard to tell because I guess I can't sit right now. Yeah, so there's the barrels and how those go in. Oh, that's really good, dude. I've seen this once or twice too. You know, small, medium, large pans, but they're actually candles and stuff. We have a very, very bright window being set up here, running water, with stuff inside the sink. Very cool. Don't let it sit too long. You'll cause mosquitoes and all sorts of other stuff. A little drying area. Lots of little details here, dude. I think this is the size of a table. And there's a clock. There's a little baby clock up here. So this, I believe, is the Mechagon table, and then there's another table that's put on top of it, because we keep these studs, and I think those are like fence posts that are being used for the hour and minute hands. It's kind of crazy, you know. We start off here like, oh, cool, nice little kitchen area, but then there's like so much that actually goes in here. See, look, it's the grill. Here's the grill up top. So there's the right up there, and then here's more of them. Oh, sorry, more of them right down there. The relaxy area fits really well with the theme. You know, with the warmer brown colors up top. The typical behind the couch shelving, or you know, countertop, complete with Reptar and Mr. Snuffles. Let's check out the Christmas tree. Let's see how they did this. So a lot of the I forgot what these are called, but they're like really cheap to pick up over in Belameth. A lot of folks love doing the tree, the train under the tree as well. So here we have, you know, like I said, the Belameth lights. We have the Undermine lights. Now notice how they're just kind of like strung along. I think this works really well. This is expensive too. I think right now they're going for about $5,000 or so, 5, 10, 15, 25, about 30, 40 grand to make these lights. But if you make them yourself, it's like pretty cheap too. And I think it's just those two styles of lights. I've seen other things like, pillows that are being used as well. They like took pillows, dyed them different colors. And then here's the tree topper. From a distance here, it looks really, really good though. You know, it's a bit subtle on like the reds and multiple colors and whatnot, but the shape of it, excellent. Really bright. Like here, from a distance, you can see how the light shines in from another source twice. It's like pulling you in. It's begging you, please take a look at this. So it's snowing outside, according with the way that these fountains are illuminated. A little bit of an homage to the leading ladies. And check it out. They just took like some beams and some pillows, and they've created like little cushiony spots to sit in. And notice here, you know, we have the windows, but we also have what looks like a trellis that's used as you know, as the beams to close things off. So it makes it seem darker, but then bringing in the light to shine in, that helps to make up for it, I think. Some folks, they've been using like the crazy window setup. Others have been using like fishing nets. All of those are, you know, perfectly fine. I think this is a cool variation of that too. Yeah, and then notice that how these are like all doorways. You know, all these are doorways that are just like closed up to create this tighter space. And now for the pool table. So here's their variation of a pool table, which looks like the holes on the side, they're just like black barrels, it looks like. But it looks like a little bit more than that, actually. So actually, it's more like closed baskets that I'm seeing. Yeah, I think these are like closed basket barrel kind of looking things. And here we have the balls that are being used. I can't quite tell what these are. They're seats. We sit on these. What? So it's the top of something, but we can sit on them too. Yeah, it's hard. I'm not quite sure, but it's something we can apparently sit on. I think they are cushions, but it's weaved in such a way. Stools? It might be multiple cushions. Oh, it is. Yo, it's like, okay, so here's okay, that's not the right cushion, but it is 1, 2, I think it's 4 cushions. 1, 2, wait, so one horizontal, 1 across. Yeah, there's 4. That's hella good, dude. That's really good. Can we talk about the wall? I just don't understand how they did that. It's so nice. So here we have a closet space, right? That's how we start off. We have a closet space that's put here. Additional pillars looks like is helping to line that up. And then multiple doors are set up here. So you like door 1, door 2, door 3, followed by a trellis to help close things off, and another window to help illuminate the space outside at least. Behind each of these are fountains, right? And I don't know if there's anything else behind it. It's hard to tell. It could be mirrors actually, because they to prevent you from seeing anything else outside. And then the bottom areas are lined with beams. On top of them are cushions and then other stuff. And then there's this rug towards the bottom, the chandelier up top. Crazy though. Crazy how you can set these things up. Oh, interesting how they set up walls, but they also used platforms to close that off. I wonder why is that? Maybe they just didn't like the look of it, or maybe because some stuff clipped through and they needed to close that off somehow. Okay, so that was one room. Woo, dude, check it out. There's an aquarium. Excuse me. There's an aquarium in here. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Oh man, this is so good. Okay, so let's break this down. I'm gonna take some shots of this real quick. So this is a table with one of those rare things where you have where it's actually transparent, right? You have some rugs back there for the background, some fell candles, fell candles as fish, and the night well, not night well, but the moon well to create this sort of glow. There's some other lighting effects. You can see like there's like the table legs right over there. A little altar there, and then like just some greens. Nice and simple. But it pulls off that, yeah, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. And all behind a simple bookshelf. Yeah, so it's kind of closed off here. Yeah, so now you can kind of see through here like the illusion that's going on. Oh, and look at that. They just put a nice, tasteful little cover on the side. Cool. That's right, for fish food. Smart. Like this is a good example. I don't mean to diss on the designer here. You know, it's a good example of how it's like, oh dude, you know, check out this cool space, or like, you know, check out this awesome space right here. This is amazing. That's crazy. You pan out and you can tell like where the efforts went. You know what I mean? You know, at these more condensed spots. Like imagine later when this gets filled out with stuff. I mean, no telling if they ran out of budget. Actually, they are kind of low on budget. And that was as of 10 days ago. 10 days ago is when they signed up for this tour. And then here I am 10 days later to finally take a look at what's going on. Because otherwise, we can clearly tell like where some of these efforts went. So like here's another cool outdoor setup. It almost looks like it's snowing outside because it's so freaking bright over there. And the shapes that are out there, they kind of look like pillows, but it really has this winter look outside. So I got two doors. One is black and gold. The other is a blood knight. This is total like blood knight color. We're going to go left first. Ooh, with a closet space. Oh, that's quaint. Yeah. So a lot of effort for like a large cabinet, closet kind of thing, but still pretty neat. This is where you'd love to have like weapons or a transmog set just chilling in there. It would be kind of funny if it's like you open it up and then you see like the transmog set for like a tier 2 or whatever warlock, and all of a sudden the wings like sprout out of their head or something crazy like that. And I just sat on something. Because this is the bench. The blood elf one. Oh. Okay. I can see more effort that's gone into this. I really like the way this is dyed. Kind of like the sand lane kind of those folks, along with Blood Queen Lanathiel. Very dimly lit, but also very grand. Oh, okay, we'll see what that is in a second. We have her vanity. Okay. But yeah, what's going on here? We have a gaming setup. Oh. Okay. Oh, there's a lot that went into this too. Holy moly. Okay, so here we have the tower, which kind of looks like an Xbox. This totally reminds me of an Xbox. So we have some lighting back there. We got branding, right? Got a little, we have, and the power cord is going right there in the back. Power button, the light, and this is just a whole bunch of blocks. 8 blocks that are lined up to create that spot. And here, there's a keyboard. Dude, check it out. We have that many candles, plus I think like 1 or 2 more to make the space bar. We have what looks like a barrel. Yeah, it looks like a barrel to act as the corded mouse. And a you even have a cable clip. Now I gotta say, ergonomics wise, a little bit questionable, because you're looking all the way up, man, and that's gonna be a little bit tough on the eyes, but whatever, dude. This is hella cool. This is a really cool setup. But what I love though is how, you know, the backlit keyboard is so bright that it creates this sort of isolated space, you know, so it makes for like this kind of like creepy little corner of the house. Like you go in, right, boom, and then you see like the boss is right there doing their work with like that, with nothing but that glow too. Again, to emphasize that sense of isolationism. We found it, the loo. All right, so we have some simple setup. We have our washroom with all the fixings to get us going. Bathtub, and then of course, the toilet. Oh, check it out. A dual flag set up as set up as teepee. Complete with a holder as well. I sink in a little bit, but otherwise the vibe check fits okay. Like all the little details that went into like some of these areas, crazy. The stove was mighty impressive. All right, so here we are at Bambi's place over at Founder's Point. It's kind of on the edge of the spooky-ish area, right? So even though it's daytime right now as of this recording, we still have, you know, it's still kind of bright out. It's not as gloomy as it would be if you were to go like deeper in. I like what's being done here already. So it looks as if the lot has been like extended out all the way to the dock. Like even though you can't build here, they just created space right over here. Now I do notice that the house it's not elevated. You know, it's like kind of phased through. So once they figure out the technique of raising the house a little bit, I was talking about this earlier, then it can create that very cool effect. Once they're able to raise this on their own too, it'll be that much cooler. And otherwise, it's a very closed off spot. Back here we have, you know, kind of a private area for, what's the word, arboretum, or just kind of a greenhouse sort of spot with which to take herbs, make dyes, and then dye stuff in the house, or make poisons with which to kill people with, you know, either or. Most of the budget went into like just these platforms. You know, they were raised and made to be bigger, so that way it can more easily produce this effect. Otherwise, you might have to use like 2 of them, and that could be a pain. Oh, mailbox, hello. Okay, so this is a cool entrance already. First thing that I'm looking at is the light that's shining in. So, oh, that's hella cool. That's hella cool. So I think there's a light source somewhere in there, somewhere behind that rug or whatnot. I can't even tell. This is a big spot that's inside. I wonder if I can go inside there. Maybe not. But you can see like the light is kind of shooting in. So there is, I believe, like a paladin altar book sort of thing that's shooting light inside. This was some high effort stuff to create that illusion. Ah, that's so good. That's so good. But anyway, we come in, and this is like, I think this is the first time I've seen like a wreath that's being put here, right at the entrance. Very, very tasteful. You come on in, you go through this this tiny room, and then on the other side there's another one. Holy moly! This whole pseudo outdoor thing is incredibly impressive. Oh, dude, look at that! There's like Pandarian stuff that's out there too. Oh man, yeah, this is so good. It's dressed so well. It's a really, really well filled out space. But we are in an Ardenweald sort of house, so we go in, and like the tree is just like screaming at you as, hey, this is the place that's built in. Check out the detail on this, dude. Damn. Wow. So here we have, kind of like our study, lots of little trinkets and trophies here. And Nara's just chilling there being like, hello. It's like they're Clippy. They're doing reading, they're doing some writing, and here's Clippy to remind you of what to do. So we have more trophies. And even there's stuff inside these drawers. You can't pull these out or anything. But then they also tuck stuff in there too. Things have been dyed and adjusted. And then here's like another outdoor spot. Damn, so much budget. I gotta say. But yeah, this is where they sleep. So here we have like just another chill spot. But it's also where it's like, okay, I'm gonna make stuff naturally, from stuff that I've been making outside. Throw it together, rinse off, grab some fruit, sit down, and chill. Right? Yeah, and then here's like the pantry area. So it's all like an open air thing, but you gotta have your takeout too. Sometimes you're just too busy after a day of adventuring and you don't want to cook, you don't want to put all this stuff together, you just want to have something delivered to you. Cool. This is such a tight space. And we're not done yet. Oh, and I just noticed here, like you have these roof windows too. That comes off so well. All right, let's see what's going through here. So now we have the loo. Gotta have the loo. With a fireplace in the loo to keep things warm. Although it's kind of chaotic because you got all these books. Oh, very tastefully done. Okay, we got to do a quick seat check. Not bad. Not bad. And pleasant stuff to look at while you're doing your business. But here's the cool thing. They used these scrolls. They phased in a bunch of scrolls so that way you could just like have, you can have your TP like right up top there. I do this sometimes. Like if I have extra rolls, I'll just put them like on top of the tank. I don't know what you guys do. But having this on the side, I don't know, man. That means you're grabbing it, right? Back to the bathroom, small, does its thing. You have a good basic vanity, that's just being, and only half of it's being used. You don't got to use all of it. And then you have all your other stuff, your scrubbies, you got your anima lotion. The effort that must have went into this is wild. So Bambi explained in her description that the window rooms will be made into skybox rooms for midnight. Do you need to though? I mean, you'll be missing some of the, you have the solid blues out there, and that's going to change, and definitely can, but this is crazy good. How do people get the high ceilings? They might be vaulted ceilings, and it's being, which in this case is being further illuminated by the extra elven windows here to brighten up the space. I like the little owls. Like, there's lots of like little touches here, but I think the windows are what really sell it to me, because they carved out all these spaces and then created the lighting effects and the foliage and all that stuff outside each one. Here we are at Jibler's place, and here's what's interesting is like here's the lot entrance, here's the house, but then the actual entrance is inside. So we're kind of like forced almost. There's no fences, but we're kind of guided to enter through here and then see what else is good. So it's almost like entering a park because you got your benches, You have a gazebo, empty at the moment. We have a cool setup. We have multiple, well, at least 2 fountains set up to create like this sort of like, you know, a fountain illusion of sorts with a bunch of rocks. Very, very convincing. It's simple too. Just a couple greens, little kite for some flavor. So it looks like that was just kind of like shoved in, you know, just perfectly enough. You can see a little bit of the clip there, but it's shoved in perfectly enough that it just feels like, you know, just kind of a side attachment, right? So we go in to a trophy hall, like right away. Hang up your weapons, put down your, you know, take off your shoes and all that. Check out the kite, and otherwise, check out what we did. Look at our latest kills. Heck yeah. And we're treated to, ooh, this is a cool bar vibe, dude. It's so red. Oh, this is sick. So I have this cool bar vibe. There's the lounge right off the side to like chill, relax in front of the giant, the giant bear rug. Oh, that's huge. Where do you get the red ceiling? You can change the ceiling to be Blood Elf red. So that's that just comes free. Okay, I like the way that this countertop is customized because you got like the red and gold that matches right here. So it has a blood elfish sort of vibe, but like it just matches really well. Now this is a cool touch. This right here is a cool touch because you have a multiple things going on here. You have like a stove, and then you have multiple like braziers / grills, excuse me, that are being used here to warm up the stuff, warm up your goulash or your tea or what have you. And of course, you have all the fixins, plenty of food to have. Yeah, the oven stovetop, that's really good. I'm very impressed by that. Okay, I was almost going to say an aquarium because at first I wasn't sure if that was a fish or whatnot. But we do have an outdoor spot. Nice. So we have the playing cards yet. This is a popular thing, right? I didn't realize how popular this was. People laying down a whole bunch of rugs, Hearthstone rugs, to be used as like playing cards. That's pretty sick. And a piano. Ooh! It's a pure white piano made with the finest bricks. So here's a different rendition of what they did making the piano. So we have the white keys. We're using, you know, and this is like more simplified. It's not trying to make like the exact interpretation of a piano. We have just like simple black keys that are set down here too, and that pulls it off just fine too. You know, someday we'll have a playable one. Ooh, I like that. There's like even like feet for the piano. Smart. And we go off into this other room on the right, and we're greeted to the bedroom. Yo, what a thing, right? You wake up, you're doing your business, and then it's like, all right, let's get to work or let's eat. And then you walk in to this bar, to this cafe. It's like an inn, but this feels like it's way more, it's too deluxe to just be like an inn. So we come into this room, and it's very cool because we have these, we have this elevation right here. You climb up just a bit into this very private study. This is cozy. This is very tight. I like this. I like this a lot. And you have your friend to talk to as well. Bouncing off ideas. Planning your next conquest. Like, yo, Mr. Snuffles, who's next on the list? And Mr. Snuffles is like, the world. And you're like, that's right, I'm gonna take over the world, yes! Making it elevated. No, elevated stuff is very cool. You know, little nooks and all that are put off to the side. I love it. And here's the boss's bathtub. And a very modest, very simple toilet. Nothing else needed. Just like the basics. I appreciate that. No TP though. This new kind of loungy area, complete with a Christmas tree. Oh, what a topper. What a tree topper. Right up here. And again, with the railroad stuff. Or I'm sorry, the toy train. So in this case, they're using boxes. Because like the last one that we saw, It was kind of up against the wall. So these are like kind of like magic boxes, right? Because there's no like other side. It's almost as if it goes underground, then it comes back up again. Whatever works. Whatever imagination floats your boat. So yeah, and then instead like these bookcases, they're being used as kind of the background for the tree, and this is well done. It's not a perfectly shaped tree, but then what trees are really. And in this case, lots of different lanterns being used. It's funny how I'll sometimes see the candles. I'm like, isn't this tree going to ignite? But I guess that's okay. It's a magic tree. Whatever. That works out. Flanked by fireplace, and then what else do we have? So we have like this other kind of study room. So it's more like kind of like a public study. This is where like the public workshopping happens. You're not just talking to Mr. Snuffles. You're talking to like your guildmates or like buddies, your party members, and all that stuff. Your little experiments. Well, here's the real planning room, where the boss sits, and we see some bias here. We see a little bit of horde loyalty. So some class celebrations, and we have, I see this every now and then, kind of a popular thing, the storage area. This is where the adventurer dumps the loot, and no one's allowed in, because we're watching you. So here we are at Nemamiah's place. We're over on Founder's Point. It's night. The master of the house is chilling, right on. And we have, it looks like we have a whole convoy of vehicles and whatnot that's being used. It's kind of like a caravan, a parked caravan of sorts. But they also built a house around it as well. But what's interesting here is that, the house entrance is here, and then we have the yard inside. And it's all closed off by, like, stuff. So let's take another quick glance inside from here and see what's going on. My guess is we can tell two stories from this. One, it could be kind of like an open market. At the moment, the market's not going on right now. It's not much. The other story, these are just going to be fences, and they just wanted to put these out aside from fences. The other thing, this is a placeholder for the Octagon, where great battles are going to occur here. You got one person coming out from this side. Oh my God, it's the champion. And then from the other side, it's the challenger coming around the corner. Boo, F that dude. And then they go into and Makara. Sure. See, the beauty of housing, we can just make up whatever the hell story we feel like. And it all works. We're greeted to a lot of doors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 doors. Holy moly. Okay. So let's go through the not door. So here we have, wow, this layout. So here we have this gallery. This is your dress down room. Let me hang up my armor. Put up my, put up my weapons. I'm here to relax. I'm here to chill and hang. So here's an alternate exit. I'll try to make sure to not accidentally click on that. Oh, this is a really tight spot. We can pretend this is a TV. Pretend it's a TV or something. But otherwise, it's a very, very loungy spot. Like it's so low. I mean, this is the actual roof and everything. But I love how tight the space feels. And so we kind of go around this corner into the gaming room. That's cool. That's dope. That's dope. Okay, this is sophisticated. This is not a normal table. Here's the table, and then here's a shelf, and here's a bar shelf here to be like the drawer. They even have a handle for the drawer. I don't know what that is. It's like I think it's like a stool or something like that with which to pull out, like if you want to pull out keyboard or something like that. But no, they got a wireless keyboard and mouse. See, there we go. There's our World of Warcraft mouse. And we have a cleverly set up monitor. Of course, it's a flat screen. And we have secret stuff on the side here. So gaming over here. But then for some reason, the secret side is this, it's because it's all like pro Blood Elf stuff. You got the Alliance banner, but it's all pro Paladin stuff. Then we have a lot of little rooms to check out. The kitchen. Not a closed off kitchen. We got windows and everything on the outside, so you got some ventilation going on. And we have a very set up pantry of sorts. Stuff on the inside, you know, these are all just kind of illusions and all that, but still that works out pretty well. And these look like they're kind of fused in. You know, there's like some clipping going on here on what is otherwise like a bookshelf of sorts. And a hot plate. No, it's a toaster oven. Oh, dude, check it out. Oh, it is like a toaster oven. That's neat. What are you toasting there? Not much, because there's not a lot of room. But that's okay. That's neat. That's a really good trick. Very, very good trick. Okay, what else? Dude, what else we got here? We got freaking granite tabletops. We have a full oven. Oh, we got an oven on the inside too. Sick. So that, and it also serves as like a hot plate too, to do your stuff. Here it looks like it might be a candle that's being used as a tasteful faucet. Like I use like a pipe or something like that. And then we have the overhead light because when you're doing the dishes, sometimes you want to be able to see all your stuff and all that. Yeah, that totally makes sense to me. There's one right here. Oh, I missed it. Ahaha. Oh, that's good. That's good. So I think they just took a weapon rack of, you know, one of the weapon racks to serve as the dish rack. That's good. Too bad you couldn't fit like two in there, or like, you know, an additional one. That's pretty sick. I'm glad I came back for it. Sorry I missed it. It's like it looks sort of plain, you know, and maybe there could be like some, you know, the little details that those can be put up. But some of the inventiveness that comes from players, man, y'all are crazy amazing. Cramazing. Yeah, I made that up. Whatever. A lot of thought goes into this because I kind of like how this flows in, because it's still technically one of the rooms and it doesn't transition until we cross this threshold here, and then we go into like this kind of smaller room setup. This is crazy. This is like closet, not a closet size, but like, yeah, I think this is like all walled off into like something else. This is a crazy layout. I love it. So here we are in like a different sort of trophy room. It's kind of like a storage room. Oh, this is sick. There's a lot that's going in here. So here's like, for whatever reason, a skin. And here's me filling out the hunting journal. These are my latest kills. I killed 30 of these things and that things. So yeah, it's a super, super tight space, showing off trophies and everything. Very deadly, because if you're walking through, you don't want to poke yourself with a freaking tusk and all that. But otherwise, it's like a storage of all the booty. This is a spot where you would want to click it, and then your bank storage would open up, and then you just start throwing stuff into the bank, and then these start filling up with just random stuff. All right, what's in the next room? Next room we have also the loo, I think, because we got a bathtub this time. Bathtub and a shower. This is the first shower we've seen. Any pipes? No pipes there. But yeah, this is the first attempt, I think at least, first attempt at a shower. We have our vanity set up. Here's another one of those faucets. And that's cute. Purple soap. And then finally we have a washing machine. That's sick. That's so cool. This is cool though. I like what's going on here. At first I thought, oh, is this a complicated loo? No, because here you go. You have the contraption working. You work the gauges. You put the detergent right in here, and they even have that set up too. I'm not exactly sure what asset that is. No. Yeah, I do. That is one of the, you know, those ingredient things with the 4 compartments. This is just one of them. It's just kind of shoved in there on one side. That's smart. That's very, very smart. Well done. And here we have a single stall. Everyone's got to have it. And we always got to do a quick check. Oh, this is good. I like the undead orientation when they're on the loo. I mean, never mind he's wearing a robe and, you know, that's not going to work. But yeah, you got the full tank, right? You got the full toilet tank. You have a very comfortable sitting spot. And a barrel with which you could just like cart it off and throw it out somewhere. roll it down a hill, and we have one more door with which to reveal the pantry. The somewhat empty pantry, but also somewhat not. All sorts of containers full of stuff from all over the world. Otherwise, some stuff is empty, but then through this shroud is nothing. Haha, fooled. There's nothing behind the curtain. Actually, wait, yeah, there's. It's a secret thing. Haha. It is, ooh, void stuff. Oh, dude. Okay, traitor. Okay. Okay, almost had me fooled because this was backwards. Yeah, because otherwise, here, let me show it with my character here. So you can, okay, let me close this here. So normally you walk through and it's like, okay, there's nothing here, but is there? And then you click and then ta-da! Evil stuff. So here we are at Seraphae's place over in Founder's Point. This is a familiar spot. I've been here at this particular plot a number of times now because it's just popular. A lot of folks want to really have like this area for like fishing. But we start off with what seems to be pretty minimalist setup. Now it's not like nothing was done. You know, you can see like the trellis are out. We got some greens adorning the sides of the house, you know, to give it a little bit more life. And here we have an interestingly very stone chair to hang out on. Not the most comfortable. So immediately upon entering, just boom, super staircase. Now it's not like the spirally ones that we've seen, which are, you know, have been fantastic, very elegant. But it's no less grand when we can just have like, when we're just greeted with boom, right in front of your face too. Yeah, so these are going at like the 45-degree angle, you know, matching, you know, we can see the platforms make, you know, help make the shape here. But I know that it's kind of a concern when people are like going up and down these stairs that you might be going a little bit too fast. So that's why you tend to see stairs not exactly at that angle. But yeah, let's see what's down here. I think this is just like probably like closet space of sorts because there's only so much space in here to include things. So yeah. So very good use of the space though. You know, it's not just like empty stuff that's or nothing was put there, you know. They were thinking of like what to put here. And so they put stuff here. We have a double climb and oh dude, we have like viewing angles, balconies up there. We'll see if we can make our way up. You know, along with a little bit more decor or, you know, a couple of, I guess, facades to fill out the space. You know, kind of make it not like just like fully white and everything. But otherwise, the only sources of light are, you know, are coming from this window and this moonwell looking guy over here. So you can see how I'm like bouncing here. Here, let me show you guys. And that's what makes staircases kind of like difficult because people might be moving kind of fast. And maybe it's my character speed too. That could be playing in a factor. So right up here, we enter this kind of living room area, but this also transitions to 2 wings. Very purple, very elven and Dalaran-y, but no, not Dalaran-y. I was kind of curious why they have like the gold and purple from like elf stuff, but well, that still works out. Here, let me start from the beginning. You know, bed's right over there. You know, it has this kind of just not super organized, but it's also placed very well. A place to sleep. We'll check out the loo over there in just a bit. Dual fireplaces. Apparently it's cold over in this stretch of Founder's Point. What I really like is this here, the balcony that was set up to overlook like everything else going on outside, which is probably why you have the dual fireplace because it probably gets a little drafty. You know what I mean? But I think that's super cool. Very, very cool. So they just have like this cool layout where, you know, you go up the stairs, like there's the stairs, you go up, you go out and around, and then back here towards the middle again. So at the same time, if it's like, oh, we got to jump into action, like right from bed, boom, launch point, you bounce off that, boom, vault your way down, do some cool little Marvel superhero landing, and then off you go. All right, so here we are. In this loo, there is no toilets. Ah, what a rare thing. Sometimes, most of the time, we have a toilet. This time, not so much. So here we're going to the other. Oh, we got double doors. Oh, gangster. All right. This flushes really well too. Do they open proper? Unfortunately not, but no, it's still hella cool. So now we have this grand gallery featuring ginormous books. Ooh, these are big. But with big books, do we get big secret? Looks like maybe no. No, there is a secret. Oh, and that was like kind of the clue. There's like something there. Okay, so what's in here? Real quick. To be continued. Dun dun dun. Large bookshelves, and I don't think there's any other secret stuff to be had here. I think there's just not enough room for that. So let's put these guys, let's try to put these guys back. A very cozy spot with which to read, relax, overlook the rabble below, right? Talk to talk to the master of the house over on the other side, who can see directly right back at you. So it's kind of creepy. Because I could be like, hey, cool. Here's my character just staring. And they can stare right back. A cool fireplace flanked by some older bookshelves. So purple. Super good though. Super good because otherwise you just have the fireplace, but they just went all out with like huge curtains to adorn the sides. So this is like a really cool set piece right here. Really cool. And it's lit up a little bit more with the Giantess light. But now we got some more stairs. We have another spiral staircase. This one, oh man, this is a lot. So we're going. Interesting that this beam is different. Actually, there's a number of them that are different. Huh. I wonder if that's like an artistic choice there. Yeah, so I have an upper level to view these otherwise massive books that would just bust your back if you were trying to carry them out yourself, and you overlook the rest. This is really cool. I like this because you can see here like everything, like aside from just having using fences, they added the extra curtain flag stuffs. Come on, Soul. They added the extra adornments here to give it a lot more color than it otherwise would have had. This is a really good start, though. Yeah, I'd love to see like more of what's possible here. Here we are at Cerith's place. We're over here at Razorwind Shores, Horde side. Lots of large set pieces to kind of like line up the outside. Starting with like the grand gazebo, which I think I should use in my cafe now that I think about it. Yeah, I could use that as a centerpiece instead of a fountain. Anyway, back to here. We have a bench to emphasize why Cerith took this house. For the views. Because it looks good, dude. Check that. Because another thing to point out here, this is like arguably the most popular Horde spot. Because they also have like their own personal dock right down here. No other lot leads down to this dock, so you can kind of sort of like take ownership of it. And some more Pandaria stuff. And here we go. Like I like the intent here. Fishing stuff. We take stuff, we go back down. I think I saw a place where the fishing stuff, it was like right near like the front door of their place too. But having their stuff stored outside, it's all good too. So as we enter Cerith's place, we have a place to throw down the goods, lay stuff down, put down some loot. I like being introduced to a living room kind of thing because it's very welcoming. Hey, welcome in. We've seen other places where we're greeted with like a grand staircase, and stuff like that. In this case though, it's like we're invited to sit right down and hang out immediately. That's cool. So I love this setup here. It's very homely. Turn off your phones, turn off the TV. We don't even have a TV. And let's chat, let's talk shop. Lots of warrior related stuff. I believe that's a warrior banner of sorts. And then the top here, we're working with what looks like a stairwell room, but Cerith also just kind of like, hey, let's not use this as a as another floor. Let's just make like a really high roof, you know, because we have a shaped roof over here. I mean, we'll see if we end up walking up here, but it doesn't look like that's the case. I believe the intent is they're just trying to shape this this room a bit, you know, with just a really high ceiling, but things like connect downwards. Really cool. We've yet to see this right here, you know, just like a little portrait being stood up. I believe that's a rug right there being used, right? Yeah, it's a rug that's being used to prop up the picture. Nice touch. Nice touch. It feels like a celebration of this person's career. And we're going on a tour of what they've done, and we gotta have a loo too. Gotta have a bathroom. All right. Oh, what a grand toilet. Here we go. And what a soup we have down there. That's ripe. A quick. Oh man, and the seat check. Oh, this is rough. No, that's a foul. Okay, maybe there's a different seating thing. It's not happening. Oh no, I don't think there was an alternate seating thing here. This is it, dude. Azeroth's top toilets right here, man. And another cool vanity. Okay, not really a vanity. It's not. There's no mirror here. But we have all the accessories to get us where we need to go, including poison. So we have all the fixins. Oh, is that a electric hand blower or hand dryer? Oh, that's sick. So it's kind of like it's sort of like a public-ish kind of bathroom. Ah, towel, air dry, cool. And this has been a very popular thing to use, the candle effect, or this candle, and to use that as a faucet, because you know. But then it's kind of weird because we click it and then it might light up and it might not. But check out the layout. As soon as we walk in here, what a bedroom! It's almost like a ritual bedroom. And there's actually a lot going on here too. Here's where the boss does their business, right? In this massive space, flanked by plenty of lights. Any pictures up here? Nope, no pictures up there. Okay, so they're very sure of themselves. Well done. But we're also surrounded by, we got giant books, places to sit, and we have this nook here to relax on. Sweet. Oh, this is very interesting that they also set up an upper bench here, which, you know, might not look right because, as you can see, like right there, but just like the visual of it, that's pretty neat. Of adding kind of like the extra skin on the windowsill, you know, just to give it a little bit more, maybe to avoid like some of the clipping that might be happening there. Actually, I think it's like a closet that they might have back there, so that way they can because here this is like the transition to another room, so they added a little bit more as opposed to creating like fake walls or creating walls and then carving out a space. They just put it in a room. That works out. You say this is a concubine quarters? Could be that too. Could be that too. So once the concubines are done dipping their feet in the toilet, they walk right over here. Okay, is there a secret behind here? Of course there's a secret behind here. Oh damn, this got dark real fast. What? Wow. Okay. There's a story behind this. Okay. There's a story that's happening here where once the boss is done with his business, then he takes him out to the back end, tosses the trash. I guess the red flag started with the toilet. Yeah, this house got dark real fast. Just a second ago, I was like, oh, well, what a nice, lovely nook that they have over there. Let's see what's behind this door. Oh, God. We got to go through this wing first. Ooh, we got a big place here. So now we have this banquet hall. A very spacious banquet hall. With complete divisions of like all sorts of different spaces that are carved out in this large room. Full of little Pandoran trinkets here and there. Some of this stuff is already set. There are other things, other objects here that are that help to fill out the space and make them feel like kind of unique from each other, right? And then here's like another bookshelf, scrolls and a Laria, some treasure chests and more. And it's followed by the kitchen with all the fixings. Ooh, every food thing that you can have. Maybe not all of it, but most of it's here. But yeah, we got dim sum and wine set up on the side. Got some running water, thanks to that fountain. Oh, nice touch here. Somewhere here, there's a light source. I think it's just this this lantern here that's lighting up the food area here. Okay, but this is like this is the centerpiece here. Like here in this kitchen area, you know, you walk in and then you're greeted with this sort of vibe. Very cool. I'm guessing over here is probably the pantry, where all the extra goods are being stored, right? I'm kind of scared what's in that barrel. And then here we have this kind of loungy area. Another loungy area. Some places to game. This is where we're watching football or something like that. So we're watching the game. Here it is. There's no game. It's just nature stuff that's playing. Oh no. And then here's like the sound bar. Yeah, so this is totally the vibe that I'm getting out here. So I don't see no subwoofer around here. I don't see any hanging speakers, but we do see like all sorts of bits of decor, and it's all being pieced together. You know, this is all built out. So we have our walls that are set up there, beams to like line things up and make it feel more flush. You have beams up top here. Actually, no, those are part of the roof. But then you have these that are set in such a way to make it feel a bit more natural. They thought this. It's like tilted and everything. It's not just like flat there because then there'd be glare. No one wants that. Okay, nobody wants that. That's cool. That's a cool entertainment center right there. Really cozy. Really cozy. But also can get really loud. People be like, yo, shut up, we're trying to eat here. It's like, no, you shut up, we're trying to watch the game. No? So this spiral staircase, it's a smaller staircase, very tight, and it's made to wrap around this pillar. So that's definitely one way to do it. So we make our way up, and we're climbing a little bit higher. So this is like a floor above. It's kind of like thrown together a little bit. But now we have this kind of blood elven spot. I'm like looking for like something like just crazy and wild. Yeah, so kind of a oh, how cool! Yo, check it out. They made like this kind of like outdoor spot. What did they do here? Huh. So somewhere here there's like some sort of black object. And they made like a couple of stars up there too. So the lamps I get. But the black, I'm not sure where this come from. Where does this come from? I'll let it be a mystery. This is really neat though. That's a cool effect. It's a rug rotated with a bunch of lights in front of it. So it's just a black rug. Is there a black rug that's this black? That's cool. Yeah, it's like little candle tips you can kind of see there. So there, I destroyed a star. It's dead. No, I'm just kidding. Let's turn that star back on. There we go. Shit, I wanna walk into a whole house that's just lined with black rugs turned upside down just to be like, whoa. What happened here? It's wild how people can set up this sort of layout, and make it work for them. This would take me like months to set up, and it's only been like a week into housing. So, actually, this is a really cool spot. I could take a screenshot of too. Very, very good. We're at Resemblance's place. We're on the EU side. Ooh, so it's like dark, even though we're already in a dark and kind of spooky place. And this is already hella cool. They reskinned the house. Well, not really. They didn't quite reskin it, but they're using like a night elf tent, basically. But what they did is suspend the house a little bit, elevated it, put some cool stuff. So down there is like all the plumbing or like all the scary dungeony stuff if you wanted to pull up that sort of vibe. But we climb up and we just have a very simple, like I said, like kind of a landing where the house sits. Now, it's funny because the tent makes the whole thing look like way smaller than it actually is. And we even see like the back of the house here, and that seems intentional. It's not like, oh, I ran out of budget or anything like that. It really looks like the house has a hat, basically, right? It just seems like the house has a cool little hat on, or like it's cold. And so it just threw something over it, and now it's nice and warm and safe. And let's go inside and see what we got. So already as we come in, we have this whole Nightwell vibe going on to match everything up. Got a standard entrance and like a little looky-loo window of sorts. But we intro ourselves into this nice, cozy opening. It's nice and tight, full of flowery stuff. Ooh, and it's kind of mysterious too, because I think we have like what's like a pool-like sort of thing and a carpet. This looks cool. It has this portal sort of vibe to it. I really like that. Oh, we have another one too, and this one's even brighter. So like that one's like kind of like murky and kind of like dark. This one's very, very bright and still inviting. So like imagine, like here's a cool shot. You're just sitting here and enjoying the view of the not outside. It's to like the kind of mysterious unknown that's on the other side of this, but it's still super cool. I love how the colors just mesh together really well. Let's move on to the next spot. So we're going into this stairwell area, and it's been made into a, kind of sort of a hangout area, kind of sort of an eating area, because you got like that big table. Well, maybe it's more like a conference table. Now, this is very +1 for like food safety. We often see this thing, and it's actually stacked up twice even. Yeah, you can see there's one down there, and there's another one up here. They have a lid. It's a clear lid, so you can double check like just how things are, how the wine and whatnot is looking, but it's kind of open to crack. So I guess you're letting it breathe a little bit, but you want to make sure that it's like, tightly sealed. Otherwise, stuff's going to come out, bacteria gets inside, and then you're gonna get an inspection coming in. Yeah, so watch out. They're following the basic rule of stuff in every corner, and a lot of the same night elf stuff. And it is part of it. Okay, cool. My mistake. All right, so we go in. I love these trees, dude. They're making such good use of these trees. So we're going in to kind of another like big centerpiece here, complete with fountain. Oh, okay, dude. I feel like this gets better every time I see this. I see this effect being used, because now we have like this full effect as if we can see the other side of this portal. That looks hella good, dude. Oh, that looks sick. If they can manage to like fit something that kind of looks like a background or whatnot, like I don't know if a painting would work if it would be behind it. I don't think that would, but that would be so sick. This looks so cool, the way that they put these things together. It's kind of like a variation of the different windows that people make, but instead of a window, it's more like, oh, here's like this whole portal that we see instead. And now we go through like this very wide open space into what feels like is going to be a bedroom. Yeah, so this is a bedroom complete with, this effect again. I think they were just in love with this effect, and they just kept using it over and over for good reason. It looks hella cool. Yeah, so here we have this bedroom, but I do find it very interesting that they're making a very open space. It's not, it's very like inviting. It's very welcoming and very drafty. So we're going through this kind of study-ish area. And again, like it's very, very open. So like here's just kind of a nook that's being used as a bedroom. Okay, I'm just in love with this effect. I don't know how I'd be able to pull it off in like my cafe or whatnot, but it's just really, really cool. And then finally we have this study with probably some secrets. So we have this study. A lot of books, almost too many books in like some of these shelves. And there's other like little knickknacks that are being put aside here too. Give it a little bit more personality, give it a more complete kind of look. But then we have mysterious stuff. Ooh, this looks cool, dude. I'm so easy to please, man. Oh, I like this. I think this is cool. Like, it's a painting, but I think they flipped it over. So they put in like the enchanting glyph instead. That's hella cool. Yeah, some knickknacks here and there. Oh, dude. Now this is a bedroom. This is okay, it's more like a lair. Okay, this is a bad guy lair, but it's still so cool. And they got all the good stuff. They've got like the really nice chalices or chali, I don't know what to call that. All the fixins are here, even though it's all carved into rock. Oh, this is neat. And a cute little nightlight right over there, you know, just to keep it nice and warm and safe so far. This is so cool. Oh, dude, even this little touch. I get impressed by like the most simple looking stuff. So it's like, ooh, arcane cyber table sort of dealy. And it's so simple, just a few pieces that add a whole lot of new personality to this. So yeah, this secret room is dope. This is so cool. I don't want to miss a detail here. Holy, okay. How did it, what is that? Oh, is this a whole bunch of like street lamps? I think these are street lamps that are inverted and like all fudged around in such a way to make this really cool looking lamp-like thing. Am I right on that? That these are like street lamps? Dude, this is so neat. What a cool spot, dude. Everything like looks like sewed together. It feels like such a complete piece. I love, like, yeah, every corner is just one more thing to love. Very, very cool spot. Yeah, thanks for showing us this place. So this time we're visiting Yris's place, or Yris's place, and we're gonna look up. Let's see what we get surprised at. And ooh, wow. And sorry, I can't do steady flight here because I'm low level. And apparently you can't do a steady flight. I can't do steady flight yet. This is hella cool. So we're over here in Founder's Point. You know, this is supposed to be a human house here, but no, they just like reskinned the whole darn thing and they made it look very, very convincing. Like, check this out. The trees are just like jumping out all over the place. You know, the suspension is awesome. This is a really good use of the floating techniques here. And yet there's like one little fence there. It's just kind of you know, for you to lean over, make sure that you're safe. Because like I'm not knowledgeable about like the way this particular thing kind of opens up, but you know, it created a doorway. A night phase shrine item. It's a hole in the middle, great for doors. Dude, no kidding. Okay, so just inside Yris's place, we're greeted to like this kind of like tight opening here. And it almost seems as if we're kind of sort of outside still, because here we have like a mailbox and it's kind of like we're in this semi-indoor apartment building. Because like, check it out, like we'll climb up, but then we'll start downstairs. So we climb up and we go up these kind of like awkward looking stairs, and they're purposefully like kind of crooked like, but it works really good, you know, to give this kind of natural look. We have these like different like rooms, like apartments or whatnot. I think this is them saying that there's stuff under construction in this part of the house, which is like a nice touch. Yeah, this is so cool. Yeah, it really is giving off like this whole vibe of being we're inside, but we're not really inside. Really, really neat. I like this. So let's start exploring. Starting with, okay, I know that's a table. It's not really a door, but then there's one right here. And let's look at home number one, I guess. Around the corner. So these are like going to be like kind of tight apartments, but at the same time, like they're really well done. Like, check it. We have like this whole skylight area. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, skylight area has been set up there, because look at how well it like lights everything up. I'm trying to look at other lighting sources. Like that's part of it. There's like this lamp here. But I think there might be other obscured lights that I can't really tell. It just looks really bright. And check this out. This is a pretty convincing TV. This is very convincing. It's just using two mirrors and just like, kind of put them together, and now you have this thing. And it even has like the power button. I'm not even sure where exactly it's from, but that's good. I'm not entirely sure what is producing that light. That's really convincing though. Anyway, here we have like, this kind of like separate study area, so you want to be close to the family and whatnot, but you're still doing your work. I get it. It's kind of how it goes. Stairs that lead up a little bit higher. And okay, here's what I'm also kind of impressed by. It's not using a 45-degree angle. It's using more like a 30-ish degree angle, which helps for just like general climbing and everything. But otherwise, we have like this eating area complete with a vent to like capture all the stuff. Oh, I love how this is like hooked together. Yeah, this is cool how this is like hooked together to make it look even more convincing. We have this whole kitchen area complete with like working clickable stuff. Should be clickable. There we go. Yeah, so they even put like stuff in, so it's the dishwasher. And it's running right now. It should turn off while it's running because that's very unsafe. But that's cool. That thing's fully functional. Okay, let's see what's going on with these doors here. So we have a full cupboard with stuff inside. We have these bottles. These are alchemy bottles, I believe, that are being used as some lighting. That's cool. That's hella cool. Yeah, we have and even like this. I'm not familiar with this block right here. Yeah, this is a very intense block set down. I think this is like a wall section, actually. Yeah, this is a wall section. I'm clued in because a wall section is being used here to like kind of to create this separation. And the same thing is being used here as well. That's really smart. Dude, that's hella smart. Your own granite countertop of sorts. So like here's the top of it, and it's being used as like the back, so it kind of makes sense. I should get some of those of my own. And then you have a bunch of tables here that help to like line everything up. And then they used some more shelves to create this effect here. We got a fridge. Oh, that's smart. Oh, they're even using the cabinet. So this is a hella cool. Okay, this is a freezer. Nothing in here should be smoking. yeah, and then we're still using like these walls to continue with that effect. See, it is kind of funny because like this looks messy, but it also feels like so workable because in a sense, random stuff is being used. Okay, now what's going on here? So we have like this other door that leads to nowhere, but I wonder what that's intended for. Is it like it's for the basement someday. That's what it is, right? Blizzard, you're gonna give us a basement, right? We're still looking at like this first house inside this house, which is wild. But here we have, vanity, very liberal use of these walls. It looks like a shower area, right? Yeah, yeah, it's a shower area. Nice. We have a fountain effect that's being used here, and it's the waterfall effect kind of shower, complete with drain and everything. You got your red soap, or maybe that's like a sponge or loofah or whatnot. Nice use of the table. I believe that's the Calderai food table that's being used here on the side, and it's just like somewhere in there. we're just seeing that. What's this being used for? I think this is just being used as, not quite sure. Maybe a cabinet, something like that. All right, let's go in here. What's going on with this whole? Okay, now this toilet is magnificent. This is so busy. This is like Azeroth's first bidet or something like that. And they know it's messy because you have mats all over the place to like catch the water. Dude, all this technology that's being put in here. Actually, that's where the fridge is. The fridge is on the other side of that. All right. Okay, can we do a seat check here? I think we can do a seat check. And we're good. Good seat. Good seat. It's just a lot going on with this thing here. We have a whole book that's being used as TP as well. We got a thing for a plunger. This person's thoughtful. This person's very, very thoughtful. Dude, what a place so far. And I think we're just starting. And I think we're going to go up to hopefully the actual living area. Or like, place to sleep and all that. I mean, the parts are like crazy, but this looks so livable. It's so cool. Oh yeah, and here we have like this kind of like this upstairs loft of sorts. There's Reptar. Hi, Reptar. And where you sleep. Very cool. Hell of a light. Well, I mean, they also have lights behind them too. Yeah, this is crazy because you have this bed area, but then they also use the couch to create a backdrop for it instead of it just being like, nothing up there. That's cool. That's a very good touch. You have a whole table that's being used as this back area too. So, really cool. This is a really well-built place. I think there's just one other spot. I think the other places are kind of like under construction. So yeah, so we have one more spot to look at. Cool touch here to give this to give that bright feeling. That's being done again here too. So we go into house number 2, right? And this is like so we have this reception area for what might be a hotel of sorts. Lay down your weapons, not allowed here. Sign the guest book, do your thing. So here on the side, there is walls. Cool. And here we have, okay, this is kind of like this. Oh, dude, this is a cool bar. Oh, man, dude. Okay, this construction is awesome. Okay, so sorry. Let me start from the top here, right? Let me start from the top because I'm already at the top. So I'm entering house number 2, right? We're entering number 2, and it's like this kind of bar entry area, and then we immediately descend down if we want to. But then here, I guess this is the reception area, right? Yeah, this is a reception area. And oh god, okay, I guess we'll look at here first. So this is like a special like manager's area. Well, it's a place to sleep, and I think they're using. Are they using 2 of these? I think they're using 2 of these beds as like, okay, here's the back of the bed, and then here's the front of it because I don't like the front of it, and they just use that. That's pretty smart. Hi, area. No secrets here. Just like treasure. This is where all the loot is. This is where the boss observes everything else. The construction on this is insane. This is so cool. So it's a movie theater. Okay. No, I can buy into that. And yeah, so there's like another kind of like an upper seat. Here's like the bigger screen. Again, we have like the big TV and all that. Some racks and other stuff that's being suspended. Well, let's make our way down. So we're making my way down the staircase, the spiral staircase. Keep going down. And here we are at the bar. So so as a customer, we go around here. So here's the bar area. And look at how well lit it is, dude, using these privacy windows. I just bought a bunch of these, put them together, replicated some more of the light back here using the rug and the windows here. Really big, dude. Okay. So here's some inspiration for me. All right, another coffee maker. So like I'm using the Mechagon thing for like pulling shots, but this is another really good one because we have like a full steamer and everything. That's sick. You're on the bar area, and it even has like this kind of these kinds of enclosures to just to have like some adornments to kind of fill out the spot. Like check this out, like as like a screenshot. I took a screenshot of this one, and maybe people are watching like the monitors so that way they can, that way they're not if they're in nosebleed seats, they can still see the person. Oh, they left a mess. There's a mug chilling in there. So here's the stage, front of the audience where the dude like roasts people in the front row, but like there's drinks right there. It's like this very cozy little stand-up theater sort of spot. So back here is like basically the green room. Mr. Snuffles is there to help keep us company. Trolley is there to keep an eye on us. And we otherwise like prep our stuff right over here. Have our takeout, have some drinks to like get us mellowed out before the show. There's the audience back there. Come out, Soul. We got another seat check, and we're good. Stove for some reason. Probably to keep the place warm, keep the bathtub warm. and running water as well. This was indeed very crazy. So I think this was like the bathroom area that we were just looking at, right? Yeah, this is the bathroom area. So we have like a full house plus theater and bar. Functional theater and bar with stage and everything. And what's really cool is that like it's so tight and compact that it feels super realistic. You know, we've arrived at Ghostie.bat's place. Ghostie.bat. Let's go to Ghostie's place. Over here in Founders Point. And okay, let's check out this kind of like elevated porch area. And then it looks like there's like kind of a yard, a stable on the other end. This is neat. The rain might ruin it a little bit, but only a little bit. We got a whole hot tub overlooking the waterfall right over there. Okay, so what do we have in here? Like this kind of, oh, are these going to be like outdoor stalls? It could be. This could be considered like an outdoor bathroom of sorts. So it's oh, you can sit in there. They're changing room. Nice. Very cool. So what's going on here? So yeah, this could be for like the animals. Heck yeah. Although they're all outside. Trash panda over there, got boar over there, skunk over there. Well, at least the animals are friendly to each other. So this area, you know, these aren't fences. These are just like multiple trellises that are being used. You know, we've got a giant one here, and then the others just kind of line up on the side to create this fence effect. That's pretty good. Yeah, there are more expensive ways to go about it. This is an easy peasy way to go about it. Yeah, cool. Let's head on inside. Oh, there's another. Oh, yeah, really simple too. Simple garden. You know, close it off, create something around it, stuff it full of stuff. Boom, got it. So side door. Nice little twist there. Plus bench with which to perhaps sit. Yes, it is set up for sitting. I think that's just a table, right? Yeah. I'm not familiar with the studs, but I think the studs might be. Oh. Huh. What's going on here? This looks like a trellis that's like kind of. It's kind of turned to. So yeah, I think I can see it. There it is. There's like the curvature of it. It's just kind of like, haha, got him. I like that. Normally, we've seen nets that are used to kind of close off this space, but you know, if you take a pretty close look, you know, the way that this is set up, I love the way that the lines, like this looks, it just looks really sharp, right? Never mind some of the clipping, you know, it happens, but yeah, this just looks really tight. I like this, and it matches really well too. But then we got stuff to the side, so we're immediately gonna go check out what's going on here. Secret stuff. So, you know, out here, it's quite human looking, or, you know, generic, whatever you want to call it. But then now we enter like this whole night elf vibe. You know, this is kind of like a, hey, this is my war band. We have multiple folks who are living here, and here's like some of their spots. So here's like a night elven spot, and you know, we'll see what else is going on here. I'm gonna go with like kind of a shower, because you know, you can see these boards down here. It's kind of meant to, I don't know, it almost feels like it kind of heats up the space a little bit. Like there should be fire, but no, it's not going to be fire. It's the warm glow of the moonlight. Ooh, we have like some Tempest Keep vibes over here. / karaoke bar. Dude, someone's got to make a karaoke bar. And they can totally do it with like a whole bunch of thieves, talking things up, bones, you know, and then yeah, at some point, you know, maybe we can add like some extra details to it, but then like the bones of what's here. Let's go into where I can already tell lots more detail put in into this welcoming area. So you can think of this as the, you know, if this was a hotel, so, ooh, dude, that tree looks sick. We'll get to that, promise. It has this whole kind of like hotel lobby lounge sort of vibe. Like, yo, guests are over here. But here's where the feasting and the hanging out is. All the fixins. Stove's right over there. Plus burner. Plus sucky suck for the smoke. Very nice. Really good. But you still gotta have the blower right here because who knows, you might be doing fish, you might be doing like really oily stuff and you gotta like suck that stuff out. Otherwise the smell is gonna get all over the ceiling and everything. It's just all bad. Okay, very cool hangout spot. Enhanced fireplace. That's a nice little detail to point out. There's some chromatic stuff happening down there. Now we gotta look at this tree though. Okay, this is a really, really good tree. Ho, really well shaped. So there's a lot going on with this spot. So behind it is, we have a window going on. We have, once again, we're using that whole trellis. There's another barrel. Okay, thank you for the fireplace clarification. But yeah, anyway, window. We got the trellis in the back. We have these tables that are being used as if it's like it's an open window that's being swung open. And of course we have the tree itself. We have a kind of a simple lantern as the tree topper, and kind of what we've been seeing with the ornaments and lights and whatnot. But this is the first time that I'm seeing these hangy curtainy things as this kind of side dressing. Too bad we haven't had presents and stuff for this year's Winter Veil, but I have a feeling that we're gonna be seeing that for next week. And a little toy wagon. That's neat. I like that. Right past the kitchen and guest area, and here. Ooh, a very cozy bedroom. So we have, is this like a T-shaped? No, it's an L-shaped room. Nope, it's a T-shaped room. Because here we are, here's the T, here's one side, and here's the other end, where we have some very what feels like snowy weather outside. Now it's a fountain. I'm not quite sure if the intent is to make it look like it's raining, because it kind of pulls that off. If my camera angle is just like this, it looks as if it's raining, which is a really cool effect. We also have these glows here that make it makes it look like things are fogged up, which I think is like super neat. So Ghostie tells me to sit like a puppy, and so I shall. Nice, very nice. So you can see the top of the fountain right over there, but at least it gives the illusion right here as if it's rain falling outside, which is very cool. I like that. Oh, place for a puppy to sleep. Oh, how cute! They have little wagon and a little bed. Okay, so right through here we have another bedroom, kind of a similar setup. There's a bit of a bed. Oh, don't worry, we'll revisit. Okay, so I'm told I missed something here. Oh, this is a painted shelf. Oh, see, I got thrown off by that. Well done. I was deceived. You know what I want to see? I want to see a twist. I want to see like a room that's like super fell, or see a house that's like super fell, evil stuff going on, nasty experiments, but then off in some super secret corner, fuzzy stuff, super bright, festive colors. Like, oh my god, I love all the cute things. I want to see that. How interesting how I got my sense of orientation just got thrown off by, again, what's otherwise a very simple layout. But let's see what's through here. Ah, we found it. The loo. All right. So, oh, hey, we got a heated bathroom. Oh, how extravagant. Right on. And now the toilet. So what do we got here? We got coffin stuff going on. We got a bench for a lever. All right. The thing's running. We got to do our little vibe check. Pretty good. Coffins being used. Interesting touch. And we got back plumbing. So at least we got running water, right? I love seeing different creative uses of how people put together their bathroom. Oh, a second bathroom. Oh, check it. Still got the plumbing. And okay, this is interesting. A different take on the lever. We have a big old honking beam that's being used for it. Along with a crate-looking tank. Okay, is that what's going on back here too? Is that also a crate? No, we don't. It's a mystery. We'll never know. But here, we have a little bit more space, right? So we have that sort of setup put together. A third bathroom. Okay, this is, I'm blown. This is the first time I'm seeing a third bathroom. But I guess it's kind of like, kind of like a public spot. More with the plumbing. You got your back tank. So I feel like the first bathroom that we looked at, I feel like that toilet was kind of busted and they needed to use like some sort of makeshift thing. And this is like the default configuration. That's how I'm looking at it. Thank you for showing me this place. I love this tree. This tree's really good. And I the windows too. That's a good takeaway. I think there's something that we can learn from that.